WorkRise Shorts. I'm Todd Green, part of the WorkRise team, which is a research to action network, and we're focused on jobs, workers, and mobility. And we're hosted here at the Urban Institute. Today, we have a great conversation lined up with Marianne Bellesorte, who is the Director of Programs at Family Values at Work. We'll be diving into their research, which is a WorkRise funded project, and it analyzes key legislative features of local earned, safe, and sick day policies across all 50 states, including equity provisions aimed at closing gaps in access and uptake of benefits. Marianne, welcome. It's great to have you today.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really thrilled to be here.
So, let's just jump right in. So, what exact problem were you hoping your research to address? And what did you hope it would advance?
Yeah, so I've been working in this field for almost 20 years on paid sick and safe days and paid family and medical leave. And throughout that time, we are asked constantly about what makes up each type of law. And so within this research, we were really hoping to get into the nuances of the paid sick and safe times laws that have passed in other jurisdictions. We want to get that information into one place because it makes life so much easier for everyone. And then we really wanted to take a look at the laws and see what parts of it build equity and make sure that they reach the most workers. Additionally, we know there's always a desire at the federal level to see what's happening in cities and states and how they can use it in order to advance policy there. And so we're really hopeful that this information can help at the federal level to create an avenue towards paid sick and safe days for everyone.
And why does this even matter? Why are we concerned about this paid sick time for everyone, et cetera? So tell me more about why what the importance of this is.
Yeah, so paid sick days are super important for everyone. Being ill at some point, it happens to all of us. We are used to getting colds, to all of the little things that happen and some of the bigger ones. And especially right now, following the pandemic, we are even more aware of what it means to have to work while sick and how to weigh, do you go to work or do you risk losing your pay or your job? We've been talking about this issue for such a long time. And back in 2006, San Francisco was the first city to actually look at it and say, you know what, every worker should have access to paid sick days. Since that time, there have been almost 60 places that have passed laws, and 36 of them continue on the books. Other ones, we can talk later about what happened with the other ones, but most of them became part of a state law instead. As these 36 laws passed, each one of them has changed the way that we think about sick days and has added safe time as well, which is time that workers can use to care for themselves or their family members in cases of domestic violence or sexual assault. And it gives them a chance to take care of some of the things that might happen during their typical workday, like seeing a lawyer or finding a new place to live. So these issues are extremely critical and definitely good ones to study.
Well, your research was quite extensive, and we won't have time in this conversation to get to all of your research findings. But can you just give us a few of what your key findings were?
Absolutely. So we really wanted to find out what the best provisions in paid sick days laws were. And it's not shocking to know there is no one perfect law. Everyone has some things they can be doing differently. But what was actually really great to learn is that most of the laws are doing the good things that they can be doing. So we looked to see how many laws were covering all workers. Many of the laws are covering all workers. They're not saying only businesses of 50 or more have to offer paid sick time. Many of the laws ensure that all workers, including tipped workers, are getting their regular pay while they're taking time as well. We've learned that the best thing that a law can offer right now is that workers earn 1 hour of paid sick and safe days for every 30 hours they work, and can accrue it up to 80 hours per year. That's the best number on the books at the moment. Over time, paid sick days has expanded to work when businesses, schools, or places of care have closed for public emergencies or even for climate disaster, which is something that we think we will see more of and we hope will be available to workers when it's needed. And finally, the laws really work to protect workers from job loss and retaliation, which is key. You can't use this time if you're not able to return to your job at the end. And so it's really key to ensuring a healthy and safe workforce.
Yeah. Those are some powerful findings. So who do you imagine is going to be best positioned to advance that? Is it policymakers, employers? And then what do you hope will change as a result of this?
Yeah, so the great thing about this research is I can envision almost anyone using it. But I do think that policymakers and workers in particular are going to be able to use it most. This research is really great to improve existing laws or to support new and equitable laws in the future. We've already talked to one partner of ours who is using this data to plan an improvement campaign for their existing legislation next year. So many lawmakers want to know how their proposed law compares to what's already out there. And this research is bringing it all into one place and really showing them that doing the right thing is what many cities and states are doing, that it has worked, and that it will help the most workers. I do think also, though, that employers will be able to use this information too when they're looking at what kind of policy they want to have in their own business, and that workers can use it in order to support better policies either in their workplace or in the city or state level.
Well, Marianne, thank you for sharing this important work with us today. You can view the full research report on WorkRise's website and the Working Knowledge blog. So thank you again, and I encourage everyone to take a look at your report. Thank you.
Thanks so much.